Yes.
It looks like we're live, ready to go down. Hello everybody, good day to you all wherever you are. Morning, afternoon, evening, etc. All the greetings, konnichiwa, and all that good stuff. Carlos Copalo here, your host for the tournament, assisted by the very own Pap Julian.
Straight up, bro.
Welcome, my man. It's going to be a beastly day today.
And we have gathered here everyone who has come in their beastly mood.
Yeah. So basically, we have a special event for you today, ladies and gentlemen. It's Season 2, Act 1 of the Play or Doubt series. The Season 1 was way back in 2020, August, I believe, where we had a lot of beats settled. So what's the Play or Doubt series really that some people will ask? Basically, we have people who think that one person can beat the other and they need to settle scores. We have people who seem to be leveling up.
You challenge Tequila. Round 1. Fight.
Was a tournament, GOTA B League, the GOTA B League, Gods of the Arena, and they faced off there. So I think that match went to SageFox, if I'm correct, or I might be wrong, but the match was really close, and neither of the other felt justice was served. So,
And that's why they're here, to clear that doubt.
Exactly.
They don't want any of that, oh, it was close,
they
or
left the
anything
tournament
like
with a
that.
whole lot of doubt, and they're like, you know what? We need to be on the stage, the big stage, clear our doubts. Whose doubt is going to be clear today? We're definitely going to find out.
Yeah. Next match after that is going to be between the legendary Ainsland himself, one of the most popular and most active tournament organizers here in the Nigeria FGC, going off against Sphinx. Interestingly enough, Sphinx is one of those guys that is new school within the scene. He came in from the UK. He thought it was really good, got destroyed, went into the lab, came back out a beast, and has been taking everybody else. Well, almost everybody, but arguably he's easily in the top 3 every time. That's how far he's come. He's a formidable force to go up against. So, of course, legendary Ainsland is no slouch. He's not new to the scene himself. Like I said, he is the most active of all the tournament organizers here in the Nigeria FGC. So he's a student of the game. He's been in there. He knows everything. But being an old man, I guess he's going to be trying to pull some experienced tech.
Yeah, most likely we are going to be looking at a match between experience and skill and reactions. So,
Yeah.
Well, legendary, as the name has preceded his gamer tag as well. Ainsland will definitely come to the fore with some experience, and you can also find that in the last concluded Gamer X.
Yeah.
He faced off with Tiger Claw, and what you could really see is outside of matchup experience, which was kind of like a challenge, he dug into his bag of experience, brought out some of those tricks you will find legends use, and he was able to hold his own. He did go down, but he didn't go down without a fight.
I mean, it's worth mentioning that experience played a whole lot in him holding his own in that particular tournament that you mentioned. Because I remember I actually ran commentary. I casted for that particular match, and I remember at a point I was like, oh my goodness, this guy has just gone back to Street Fighter 2 fundamentals. He needed to get his calm, and he knew what to do. So it'll be good to see what he does against Sphinx. Sphinx tends to look random, but people have realized there is zero randomness in what he does.
Yeah,
he likes to go all out. Is very, very high button input type of player.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting to see a whole lot of pressure coming out.
And not to forget, he's also tagged Mr. No Nonsense. That's one of the reasons why people think he's random, and you think, no, don't come checking at me with things that are not certified. I'll test you and I'll check you. So that's the skill, that's the reaction he has, and let's see who's going to triumph today, skill or experience.
Yeah, and I hope he brings his Kage. I love his Kage. This guy plays Kage like no other Kage I've ever seen.
Kage is a monster.
I'm telling
Certified
you.
monster.
I was crushed when he went to Akuma, but I think now that Akuma got a little bit of the hammer.
So he might just open the door back for Kage to come.
Maybe, because Kage got some love as well. And the next one after that is gonna be Icefox against Trigger B.
Very interesting one.
Yeah.
Icefox, Trigger B, two guys who are very versatile. I've seen Icefox move between characters. I've seen him use Alex. I've seen him use Zeku. His Zeku is awesome. I've also seen him frolic around with Luke. At some point, he dropped the game, and then when Luke came into the scene, he picked up Luke, and he's been doing amazing stuff. Can I adequately say what Icefox will be bringing out today? No, because in his hands are full of tricks. Trigger B for me as well is someone who also has a dexterity of character play. I've seen him use Cody. I've seen him use Alex as well. I've seen him use what's the name? Ed as well. So these guys have experience as well. They've been in the game for long. Icefox plays multiple games, so experience is available. Available. Trigger B is very tenacious. He also doesn't let you run over him. So it's going to be a very interesting one. You probably will want to drop one or two insights because you also watch them play over time.
Honestly, for that particular match, I just want to see it. Because I've seen Trigger B train multiple times. I've seen him in tournaments. I've seen Icefox training. I've seen him in tournaments. I've seen them go up against other people. I've not really seen the two of them play each other much. Maybe just once or twice that I've seen, but it was like casual sets, nothing on the line.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what to expect in this particular matchup that we're going to see, because right now, let me even see. I think it's Trigger P that is actually being challenged. Yes, so Icefox is the one challenging Trigger B.
Yeah, and just sorry to cut you in, just a little bit of background to that. I think we came off a tournament game where Trigger B took it up on Icefox, but Icefox didn't feel that was justice done, and he said, no, you know what, I need to take you up on a long set. Let's determine who has greater endurance, who has the skill to play. And that's why Icefox stepped it up and said, you know what, I'm going to take you up on Cody, Ed, Alex, whichever one you want to bring. I know at some point he's been training against the Cody. The Ed also came into the scene. But this grudge match has been long in the waiting. And we're glad it's finally here. And we'll see who's going to take it on.
Yeah, and by the way, in case you guys are curious, just to let you know the format, it's going to be a long set, first to 10. first person to get 10 wins clears the doubt, and the other person just has to take the loss and know who the daddy is. That's basically it. So each set is gonna be best of 3. That's first to 2.
Okay.
First to 2 wins per set, and first person to take 10 sets wins. So I mean, with a long set format like that, there is
No doubt.
no doubt who won. Even if it's a 10-9, you take your loss. So going on to the next one is probably the most interesting and funniest matchup here. It's against Ryu Apprentice and it's between Ryu Apprentice and NineFools. These two guys are friends,
Sparring partners.
Recently sparring partners, but the sparring is actually what makes it very funny.
Okay.
Ryu Apprentice is a veteran of the game from the SF4 days. He was actually rather goated in that game. Probably the most popular player in the Nigeria FGC all over the world. But Street Fighter V came in and we just didn't see him. He just dropped out. Only for him to pick up the game about 3 months. Maybe 3 months ago now. And he's been doing a lot of work. He picked up E Honda, and we expected him to use E Honda to like just, you know, get
Test
used to
his
the game, know what's happening. This guy took on arguably the best player in the entirety of the country at the last Gamer X / Red Bull Kumite tournament. It was a major offset. He actually took him out in pools and knocked him out of the game. The man didn't even make it into top 8. It was an amazing showing.
Yeah.
And let's not forget his one heart's desire. So watch out for it, ladies and gentlemen. When you see,
get to know what that is.
Yeah, when you see Ryu Apprentice on the screen and he's using E Honda, he's certainly going to be looking to land that V trigger fully charged. I think it's V trigger 1, right? Or is it V trigger 2? The one with the headbutt.
V trigger 1.
V trigger 1. However, NineFools has been playing ever since Street Fighter V came out. I mean, he knows the kind of player he is and all that. Only for Ryu Apprentice to start, he went into the forums, spoke to some of his old friends from different forums to see what he can do, got tips about how to play the game, the mechanics, E Honda tips and tricks and all that. And NineFools would not in any casual set bring out his Chun-Li. And he kept calling out his Chun-Li that I want to test myself against this Chun-Li. He refused. So he would always bring out other characters like Sakura, Ed, and the rest.
Guile at some point.
Sometimes Guile, but he never wanted to bring out his Chun-Li. So he says, oh, you're afraid, right? Clear your doubts coming soon. I'm gonna get you. So Ryu Apprentice challenged him to it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this match. These two are good friends. One has been running away with his main character. One is coming to bash her in with his headbutt. Let's see if he can succeed, or if NineFools actually has tricks he's hiding that he's going to bestow on him.
One thing we should know is the Chun-Li is really formidable. Really formidable. And sometimes you hear passing comments like, are you really ready for the Chun-Li? And Ryu Apprentice says, not to worry, I know where to peck you. And he challenges him to declare your doubts. So there's no doubt that the Chun-Li will have to come out this time.
Yeah, he has to come out. He has to. And we know what he's gonna do, because NineFools is really big on his plus frames.
Oh yes.
He likes to lay on as much pressure with those normals as he can. Let's see what happens anyway. It's one of those matches that I really am looking forward to seeing how it goes down. And let's go on to the next one. The last match that we have, probably the most high profile of the matches that we have, is between Theo, that's Tequila Blonde, and Kevin the Kid, K.I.D. These two guys have been in the scene like forever. They both dominated at one point or the other. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know where it's gonna go. Tequila Blonde actually took a chill at a point to stop playing for a little while. Kevin himself also pretty much retired at
Yeah,
a point.
at some
He
point.
didn't just stop playing, he actually completely retired. Both of them came back, and of course they came back strong. They've been training, they've been labbing. Kevin with his Sagat and all the changes to Sagat and all that, he keeps posting things that he's labbing on.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with Sagat.
It's going to be really interesting because Tequila Blonde has this very, I would say, incredible style of play where you just can't run up on him, and you don't see a deliberate strategy that he implements in terms of saying, hey, I'm plussing you out. He just comes with a counter kind of play where, okay, what are you going to do? Let me see what you can do. Then he knows well enough to punish your stupid actions
Yeah.
and deal you real good damage. And on the other side, K.I.D doesn't have time. He doesn't have time to waste. I go in, get my damage, and move on. So it's going to be a battle of how well can you punish where I err, and how much can you take my attack. It's going to be a really interesting one because one is a master of defense and counter, and the other is also a master of attack and dealing big damage at that. So it's going to be an interesting one for my point of view.
You mentioned something that was very, very, in my opinion, very crucial to this match, because Theo truly doesn't leave damage on the table. If you make a mistake, his punishes are swift and brutal. He likes to go for efficiency in his play. He might not go for max damage. He likes to mix up. So
Yes.
he might not end his combos and decide to go for some resets and all that. But he tends to try to go for the highest level of efficiency between putting out damage and staying safe.
Yes.
So I
yes,
think
yes.
it's going to be a very, very technical match.
Very technical.
Between
One
those
for the
two.
big boys, one for the bookmakers,
Yep.
one for the history books.
Okay, so those are the matches that we have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. We have 5 matches coming up, all of them big. We're looking forward to a cracker of an event. Once again, just running down: SageFox VS Streeetch, Legendary Ainsland versus Sphinx, Icefox versus Trigger B, Ryu Apprentice versus NineFools, and the final match, Tequila Blonde versus Kevin the Kid. So right now, the guys are taking their places. Once we have them set up, ready to do battle, we're gonna push the feed to them so you can see what's happening on the screen. Hopefully we'll also be able to keep them visible to you, because oh my goodness, I need to see their expressions, especially when someone wins. And I'm looking forward to seeing destruction. I would like to see the look on the other person's face if that person gets destroyed.
And
These guys have been mouthing off to one another for
yeah.
the last, 4 months? No,
Yeah.
3 months. 3 months actually.
some of them even longer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some of them even longer. Yeah, so you can see Icefox and Trigger B since last year.
Wow.
They've been waiting on this since last year. So SageFox and Streeetch are sparring partners at the weekly event. So the Gota B gave them the Gota B League gave them an opportunity, but that wasn't it didn't well their appetite enough. So that's why they want this, and good enough. Okay,
Sorry.
good enough. They're both here. Something is at stake. It's not just a casual thing. Something is at stake, and definitely they're going to be taking this very serious. So
Yeah,
here
for
we have
sure.
them. The SageFox is a Zangief player. He's loyal to Zangief. He's in a monogamy with Zangief. He's monogamous to that in that relationship. He's bringing his gift with extra buffs from the definitive update. He has lapped that well enough, and he's ready to put that on display. Remember, the Gota League also happened about a week or two after the definitive update, so they have not yet well ingrained themselves into the their characters. But now they feel they have done that and they're ready to put them on display. Stretch, the tall man.
I'm looking forward to seeing Stretch's guild.
Yes.
I know he's been really getting super good with Ryu.
Yeah.
But that guild though.
So he has the Ryu.
He keeps saying Zangief is not a problem for his guild. So I'm
Obviously,
really
that's
looking
why-
to
that's why he's
see
here.
what his strategy is.
Well, Zangief, Gil, it's kind of like a 5-5 from what we saw, 5.5 to 4.5 in favor of Gil. But let's see how it goes. We can verify that shortly, but let's see how it goes. Stretch is definitely going to be running through an array of characters. Ryu is one of his strongest characters. Kage is also evidently very strong. Gil recently onboarded onto the platform, equally very strong as well, and definitely he's ready to put that on display. I'm not sure he's locked into using one character, just one character. He's definitely going to be trying his hands out on multiple characters to take down SageFox's Zangief in this event. It's good. Two good friends, sparring partners, hosting in their hearts some doubt about to be cleared. They're currently getting geared up. That's the first match we'll see. It's a first to 10. So the first person to get to 10 obviously has cleared the doubt of the other. And it will be an exciting and very exciting one. I recall Stretch was on a particular direct training session against Gif, with one of the OGs in the game, Belucci Donks, who also plays Gif. So he definitely has been training for this, and we'll see how it goes. SageFox is pretty confident, has been training generally. Recently also ran through a sparring session with another equally strong guild player, Tequila, and that definitely was also a very good hands in the water for SageFox. Definitely getting ready to look at this. They're sitting up, suiting up, gearing up to go live, having their soda drinks for extra sugar rush in their hands, making sure they can deliver at high level for the entire world to see. Thank you very much for the guys on stream. The Oba, let's go guys. Sorry I couldn't make it. You're okay. You already made it. You're on stream. You're watching and chatting at us. So definitely you are here with us. Stubborn Child is calling out to Pechi Pechi. I want to believe he's rooting for Pechi Pechi to deal very good damage to his opponent.
By the way, Pechi Pechi, for those who don't know, is actually NineFools. He got that name because he likes to crutch on his plus frames.
My man, one of the OGs of the FGC, doing great things with Lucia, and also doing great things with other characters. He says, let's go, everybody's geared up for this. The stream is about to go live for the game. Yes, you have on the board Gil from...
Just a quick shout out to some of our sponsors. Greenskin Gaming has been there for us, helping out, making things happen. Sophie Dry Cleaning and Laundry, and even some members from the Nigerian FGC also coming together to make this happen. Mr. Icefox, Mr. Belucci, who not only supported this particular tournament, but also made his abode available to some of the players to come over and practice, prepare themselves for today. Ike is also one of those people that has been here from the beginning, helping out the scene. Then Dignet, DGNT in the building. YCAP as well, giving a big shout out to you all.
The Gents in the building.
The Gents. I guess I'm going to be jailed very soon for messing up that name.
The Gents.
So these guys, people rather, all provided numerous things for the tournament in terms of funding, organizing, equipment, prize pots, and so much more. A big shout out to you too, Pap Julem. You always organize those Thursday fight nights. Oh my goodness!
Thank you very
I've
much.
been
Not
to
just
one
me.
or two of those. It's always fantastic.
More than one or two.
Oh,
More
that's
than one
true.
or two.
Yeah, I
So
was
big
trying
shout out
to
to you as well.
I didn't want
Always
people to know
encouraging.
I've eaten that much suya.
Not to worry, they will know exactly how much you consume when you're
Yeah,
there.
in case any of you hear about the suya battles, that's the man behind, the brains behind that particular event, the suya battles. So we shout out to our sponsors again: Game Evo, Safi, GSG, Go Connect Media, Tag Comics, Fighters Connect, the Nigeria FGC, of
White
course,
cap as well. Yes.
and YCAP. Right now we have starting the GIF player on the right hand side of your screen is the challenger in the name of SageFox, and the man being challenged is Streeetch, using Ryu with his classic dirty white.
Straight up, man. When Ryu means serious business, that's the outfit. That's the outfit.
So we're seeing both of them on the bottom left of your screen there.
So those are their faces. SageFox
Yeah,
kind of like
Mr.
looks like
SageFox
a young
is the man on the left, and Streeetch
Not
is the
smiling
man
at all.
on the right. You can see all the experience and the white hair he has on his hair. And we're about to start, or rather, it's about to go down. And we have the first match of the Play Or Doubt series,
ongoing.
Season 2, Act 1,
And Sage draws first blood,
on the way.
but Streeetch returns it.
To see these two filling each other out, trying to create an opening. GIF was able to cover the distance, but couldn't get the grab in. If he hits that grab and gets the 360,
Okay.
is going to be in a very advantageous position. So Zangief, used by SageFox, is going to be trying to close that gap and get a 360 in as soon as he can. Don't be deceived by that life lead that Ryu has. Zangief can bring it back real easy.
One opportunity to get in, GIF takes the damage back to being almost the same. So you don't want to be in that position where GIF gets in. I think one of the main strategies here will be to keep GIF out as much as possible and then punish any unsafe move that he throws out.
Yeah, so we see Zangief went for his V trigger there, sucked Ryu in, and he just pulled it in again. He actually got him. How much damage? Oh, he goes for a possible
As I
mix-up.
mentioned, it's just one get in and it's it was
I actually
almost-
thought he was going to go for the grab there, but instead he tried to get a few hits and maybe set up some kind of mix-up. I don't know, maybe he kind of changed his mind last minute.
Yeah,
so let's see what goes
sometimes
on.
you just also want to test your opponent's reaction. It's still very early on in the set, so it's time for you to feel what can your opponent do, what can't he do, what's he ready for, before you also begin to bring out your main tools.
Streeetch being very present of mind there, keeping Zangief out of the air when you try to come in, because that's one of the ways you get in on your opponent. And if you can clear the airways, of course you keep him out. Zangief is not moving back, he just keeps pressing forward, trying to stay within range in order to get that grab in. He hasn't been able to get that power driver. It takes the grab.
Yeah.
Ryu making sure he's not getting caught off guard, using the fireball to keep him at bay. What happens here?
So this is
Unable to convert.
the moment to determine whoever gets the next hit wins this round.
Looks like Streeetch likes to rely on those target combos. He's not really going to extend his combos or looking for any kind of massive damage. It looks like he just wants to poke him out from outside. GIF trying to bring him in. SageFox on the GIF with that jumping, got parried. I think it's good for us to mention so the viewers understand that the man using Ryu, Streeetch, loves his parries.
Oh,
You're going to see a lot of those parries.
He's a parry lord.
Yeah.
He's a parry lord, like the mid parry for him. And one of the things he's definitely utilizing is that parry. And also taking advantage of Give's seemingly inability to watch over the back of his head on the cross-up. So he gets in with the cross-up and then which is what he was trying to do, but the spacing
The
didn't
power
let him
driver finally lands,
And then-
and here it goes. Another one comes in. What does it do next? Oh, a reversal. He burns his super meter in order to stop
That's what the meter is
Zangief
for.
from continuing the
And I
bully
love-
tactics
and
he
I
had
love the way
started there.
He quickly got out of the corner just so that he doesn't get into the corner situation with Keith, which is always very difficult to get out of.
And he gets him again. He decides not to touch him while he was coming down. And he gets the jump
gets
in.
a nice
What's
jump.
next?
Oh,
He drops the combo. Oh my goodness. Is Ryu gonna take it? He also drops his. Parries, like we said, was gonna be parrying. He burns that meter. He wants this round really bad.
Oh.
Goes for the cross up. Just like you said, Zangief can't really deal with that cross up, so of course he went for it.
And he's throwing those cross-ups at a very, very strategic moment where even the gift user, which is Sage, is not expecting for him to drop exactly again, and he can't lariat him out of it. So let's see if it's a first to 10. There's enough room for adaptation. Let's see what's going to happen with that.
Now Zangief takes a little while to build his V trigger gauge because he has 3 meters compared to Ryu's 2. But basically he's taking a lot of damage, so he's also able to build his meter. Zangief is going to walk you down, so he's going to take a lot of blocks and some damage while he's trying to come in. So it's not really a major issue for him. His V trigger is basically up now, but he goes for the super, whips it. Ryu does not convert.
It doesn't capitalize.
It doesn't convert that
damage for the
into big
opportunity that
damage
was
for some
available.
reason.
Yeah, little damage for the opportunity made available, and well, he'll take it. He'll take it.
So what was that, pressure?
Well, sometimes yes. It just started. This is the second game in. The nerves need to calm down a little bit for them to be able to at least make the decisions rightly. Even Gift seems to be dropping quite a number of things that on the normal he will hit. It's 2-0 now in favor of the defending player, Stretch. SageFox definitely will have to breathe in, breathe out, and recalibrate and see how some adjustments can come in.
So I remember during the pre-match interviews that we had, I'm sure at some point we'll be able to see that so that the audience can see the kind of energy these guys came in with. But when they were talking at the time, I remember Stretch was pretty calm. He was pretty kind of humble with his comments, but he just said he was going to try out the technical and watch out for whatever plan Geef has. However, SageFox using Zangief on the other hand actually also showed a lot of respect for Stretch. He did also call out his parries and said he's going to be watching out for that, especially since the Zangief is going to be kind of like a trade, or rather an advantage for him, because if you try to parry and Zangief doesn't hit and lands in front of you, you're into the 360.
Yeah, definitely.
And once you take that 360, you know what happens. It's big damage, it's good positioning, a lot of mix-ups. He's taking the 360 now. What does he do? Oh, he didn't come in quick enough, but let's see what happens as they feel each other out in the neutral game.
Something worth mentioning is also the very unconventional anti-air from a DP, from a Shoto player. He really
Standing strong, right?
Yeah, he has very unconventional anti-air. They're working, so hey, why reinvent the wheel? This, I want to believe, is an input error, because I see no reason why the tattoo will come out there, but hey, just a throw from that, I'll take it.
I'm thinking maybe he's going for the standing medium punch anti-air in order to avoid a possible empty jump, so he doesn't commit to a Shoryuken, go all out and then leave himself open. So
damage from there will be really terrible.
I mean, it's smart play either way. It's working for him. He's 2 games up in this 10-game
Two games and a potential third one if he does the business right, and it's 3-0 up.
And a jump light kick for the 3rd round in this 10-round set.
It's first to 10, and one of the good things about first to 10 definitely is it gives you room to improvise. It gives you room to test a couple of new things you have,
And it gives room for comebacks.
Exactly,
Big
it gives
ones.
room for comebacks. And I'm expecting SageFox, who is also very good at establishing the fact that he can read, adjust, and then come back. It's 3-0. I remember during the Gota B League, he had a couple of games where he was on the losing end, and then he brought it back, I think at some point 3-0, and then we saw 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, 4-3, and then he took the game.
Oh, he decides to go V.
Oh, lovely. Empty jump, and then he grabs him from that.
He decided to V-shift out of it earlier just to make sure he's not in the way of any kind of Zangief mix-ups. That cost him his V-trigger meter, but he's built it back up again, but it didn't matter. I think this is the first round that Zangief is taking
the lead. I think they've had a 1-1 at some point in the first game or so, or the second game.
Let's see if SageFox is able to keep this going, build some momentum, because that is actually very important in fighting games. You're able to get some good momentum going for yourself, build that confidence. Then you can take calculated risks. Oh, armor into the grab. What does it do next? Dash in. Ryu just walks back.
So a lot of comments in the stream, and we can see Bellucci Dong saying, Ore owes me a drink. Oh yes, because I know that they were sparring together yesterday, and he's calling out some of the things he gave Ore as tips to fighting against Gift. Bellucci Donks is a well-renowned legendary Gift player, so he's saying if you're gonna beat me, you can beat anybody. So let's train together.
Ore, by the way, stretch.
Yes.
For those who might not know. Gift trying to close that gap one way or another, but it just
one apiece.
Can't convert. He just can't break the defense of Stretch.
One apiece. This is wonderful, and so much discipline from Stretch. Yes, so much discipline. He's keeping spacing, trying to make sure he doesn't go under pressure. Wonderful. Wake up first DP that we see. Well, it's actually the second.
The second. Oh, that's the two times we've seen the DPs. They were EXs and they were get off me moves like I don't want you near me. Good decisions coming in. So obviously he can DP. That means their choice with the anti-air is actually very deliberate.
Yes, very deliberate. Yeah, it's a strategy to say, you know what, I will stop you with this little anti-air. I won't commit too much like you opined initially. And when I DP, it's a DP for real.
I also noticed he's not even relying on his V trigger. He V shifts anytime Zangief gets any kind of chance to go into some kind of 50-50 or any kind of mix-up position. He just gets out of there. He doesn't want any of it.
Oh, and it's 4.
The round with a beautiful confirm from the standing strong.
And there is another legendary Gift player in the house on stream chat, the Oba, and he's saying, Bellucci, why? You should always support a fellow Gift player. Well, what do you have to say about that?
I mean, Bellucci is everybody's man, right? The man is one of the supporters of the Clear Out series for Series 2, and or rather Act 2, Season 1. So, I mean, he can support whoever he wants. They've all been to his abode. They've all trained at his abode. Exactly. He knows what they're all capable of.
Yeah, I think 2 weeks before Stretch had a training there, SageFox was there training.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. I met him there, and he was really training. Yeah, well, not before the match was set, but yes, he did have a training. So I think, like you rightly said, Bellucci is everybody's man. He's a family man to the FGC, and he keeps us all together. So the Oba, I guess you have your response there, you have your answer. Bellucci does right by everyone. He wants a good showing, so nobody running over the other. May the best man win. A wonderful jumping into SPD from Sage. He has made an adjustment into V-Skill 2, and let's see, I think he wants more damage from the little opportunities he gets. He has observed that Stretch is not letting him in, so he might just make the most of the opportunities he gets. So I charge my V skill 2, I get in, and I deal you as much damage as I can possibly give you.
Let's keep in mind that a lot of these games start from the character select screen. So
Yes.
the person who wins is unable to change his character,
Yeah.
but the person who loses can. He's gone 4 games already without making any kind of changes, so he decides to, see if he can change things up and try something else. Let's see if it works out for him. Oh, by the way, a quick correction on what I said earlier. We're actually in Season 2, Act 1 of 2022's Clear Your Doubt series. And the first
wonderful
with DP we would see. And it got destroyed.
A whip DP is kind of like something that takes 5 years out of your lifespan. You
Then in
feel it in
front
your
of
bone.
Zangief, in front of Zangief, like, what are you doing in the air? Die! Alright. Now grabbing me raw. Let's see how it goes.
EXD,
We've not really seen the Fireball game.
Fireball punish. Yeah, he's playing much of spacing, button punish games that he really doesn't need to overextend or at least commit to fireballs.
Yeah, because Zangief has some subtle ways of dealing with fireball zoning, and I guess SageFox is one of those that is pretty good at those kind of things. So obviously Stretch is not going to want to play into his hands, and he's able to get that parry, get some good damage. Like I said, Stretch doesn't commit to way too much damage. Oh, SageFox goes for the and another Sphinx. Wonderful. What we said.
Like we said,
once Zangief comes in, you don't know where it's going to come from. He decided not to go for big damage, but instead went for 3 separate combos with 2 resets in between. Worked out for him, and it takes his first game since we started. Now we're at 4 games to 1. It's come off the board. That should serve as a lot of encouragement for him.
Oh
now.
yes, like I mentioned, Sage has a habit of going down first, going behind, and then he begins to come up, and it makes the game, it makes the set very exciting, because he really doesn't go down just like that. One of the reasons definitely why Stretch lost out to that was at every time Stretch was in that mixed-up situation, he EXDP'd himself out of it. But unfortunately, at that particular time, he had no bar for an EXDP. So, and no,
It was an ESDP that he whiffed.
So he had lost that. But the final SPD that he had, that final moment,
get out of
there was no
jail
get out
card.
of his card. So he couldn't do anything.
SageFox must have been looking out for that as well, because this is something that Stretch has been doing all along, making sure he gets him out. So he waited till he burns his meter, then went in when he had 0 answer to what he was doing, and he just put it all out there. Took him out, took his first game, put a point on the board.
Deep is heavy with the damage, and we can see. Oh, definitely, he's unconventional anti-air. Wonderful.
That's another good reason to use the standing medium punch as your anti-air, because when you do that a lot, those kind of cross-up situations, you're able to just autopilot it and get that hit.
And many times when you do that, when you use the unconventional move,
we have
the
an
jumping,
SPD,
empty
what's
jumping
going to
into
happen,
SPD.
dash in.
Like I mentioned, he doesn't want no form of mix-up. I don't want my brain. I don't want my brain thinking too much.
I was expecting him to bait that
Oh,
DP,
wonderful.
but he
DP.
didn't.
I think that was a light DP, so definitely has invisibility on.
Good reflexes taking out that 5-ball, by the way.
Take it. Good. That is a Stretch signature.
I would have been upset if he hadn't used the DP though.
No, that is a Stretch signature.
We needed the Dragon Punch.
Activation
Come out
into
at that
DP when you jump in.
Yeah.
So the
Textbook, really. Woo! Nice punish on the crouching medium punch.
And
He's
this
able to
is-
suck him in while Ryu had the crouching medium punch out, and he was able to get that hit converted, took him out, took that second round. 1 round apiece in this set. This is the 6th set between these two. 4 games to 1. Stretch is up with the Ryu.
So adaptation is kicking in. We can see Sage beginning to give Stretch a little bit of hard time now.
Stretch is gonna try and keep him far. He's trying to close out screen. I guess he decides to also take a little damage out. Whoa! Jumping in. I said it. That empty jump was coming in because there were so many parries. It was only a matter of time
yes.
before Zangief decided to do an empty jump and not press any other attack.
So it's 4-2.
Land and do the grab, except he went for a super instead. Takes his second game, it pays off. It seems it's coming from behind, like you said.
Yeah.
Now he's halfway back.
Yeah,
4 games to 2.
That's his MO. I think he draws strength from seeing himself behind, and then the adrenaline rush, the determination, and everything begins to fall in place. And he switched to VT2. I mean to VS2, V skill 2, but I'm not sure I've seen him charge it once.
SageFox, your Zangief player, sitting on the left on your screen, as you can see the player feed, and Stretch sitting on your right with your experienced gray hair. Whoa, what happened there? Was that a drop?
That was possibly an input error or some expecting to parry some move.
He set up a counter expecting him to press buttons.
Oh, okay. So possibly most gift players use that as a medium kick counter. And so if he was possibly expecting a kick in that instance, possibly a medium kick. And that didn't come out. So this is a moment.
I guess it makes sense for him to have been looking for the medium kick. It's the same crouching medium that he sucked in with the V trigger
exactly.
in the last
So
match.
he has identified that as a habit.
Yeah.
And he's meaning to punish it.
So I guess we're seeing the effects of getting some reads. He's acting on what he's seen so far. So I guess he was getting data all this time, and now he's putting it to work. This is one of the advantages of playing a long set.
Oh yes.
You don't have to put everything on the table from the get-go.
Yeah.
You can take some time to read your opponent.
Yeah, it's a strategy to it. It's a strategy to it, and the moment he's able to build a form of comeback, 4-3.
Woo! Clean jumping, but unable to convert. That is so unfortunate. He left so much damage there on the table.
On the table, yeah. If he's able to bring this to 4-3, then we have a game on our hands.
Keep it real close. Don't go too far away from
Keep
me.
that meter. If he gets in,
Oh, he did. The SPD comes in. What's next?
I told you exactly the same thing. I don't want no mix-up. My EXDP is available to get me out of jail.
It's gonna be so devastating when he gets baited on that EXDP because he's done it every
It's
single
really
time.
heavy. Yeah. But I guess it's 3/4 now. With once and gotten 3.
Once again, going for the target combo. Doesn't want to overextend. Zangief walking himself out of the corner.
We can see that there's also an adaptation from SageFox. The cross-ups from Ryu are no longer as effective as they were in the first 4 games that Stretch went up on.
Yeah, because Zangief seems to be more present-minded, so he can actually block those cross-ups rather than trying to react to them.
Lovely.
Puts in! Gets him. Oh, he goes for the same shot.
Oh!
Extends it this time.
You live by the
Closes it out.
parry, you die by the parry.
4 games to 3.
I told you, he loves coming from behind. He
So
loves
he just
it.
wanted Stretch's Ryu to like make a mess in front, so he can come with the mop,
Exactly.
wipe off everything.
Kind of like, let me see what you've done with the training you've gone for. Let me understand what new tricks you have. Then let me show you how much I can react to those.
Oh my
So
goodness,
it's 4-3.
beautiful.
Game on. Stretch has gone back to character select screen. What is likely to change? Is it character? Is it V system? Let's see.
I don't see him changing characters, but he might go to Gil. Oh, he is on Gil right now.
I would have expected that he continues with
Ryu, yeah, he was
then
doing-
maybe also just slow down a little bit and reanalyze. Maybe at a 4-4 or a 5-4, it's first to 10. There's enough room, enough time to be able
Exactly.
to make your character change. But let's see, he probably has other ideas. He has planned for this for over 2 weeks, so definitely he knows what
he's
best to
doing.
do in the situation. He feels the adrenaline. He knows how to respond to it.
Yes. I think, in my own opinion, his Ryu wasn't really failing him. It was more like him being a little too predictable. We saw his crouching medium kick get baited multiple times.
Yeah.
We saw his DP work for him,
Yeah.
but at the same time he was
Started
getting baited as
yeah.
well. In fact, it was almost like SageFox was deliberately taking some of those DPs in order to keep him in control,
Yeah.
so that he thinks the DPs are working and he keeps
then-
doing it. Because the moment he knows that the next mix-up he gets is going to kill him, he baits.
Yeah.
But if it won't kill, he takes the hit.
it, yeah.
It's looking to me like it might have actually been deliberate.
And mind games working.
So now Stretch has changed to Gil. Let's see what the game plan is. Remember, we did say that Stretch is a player that loves to parry, especially when you have the jump-ins. However, parrying is not necessarily like the best
Form of anti-air or
for Zangief, especially because if he decides not to press any buttons and come in on you, we saw it in the previous match with Ryu where he actually did the empty jump into super.
wow, that was sweet. That was sweet. Sight to behold.
Yeah. Doesn't complete that combo.
So it's kind of like typical of Stretch. It's kind of like his play style. Little chops here and there, little chops here and there. So if you're expecting to see a complete combo in that, he possibly might not do it. He loves the chops here and there, then moves into grab. Takes a lot of damage from cutting the combo short and then resetting it like with a grab. Let me put it that way.
Keeping it neutral as much as possible. Well, that's a good game
See a lot
plan
of
too,
grab.
because I mean, it's playing Zangief. You don't want to overextend yourself with Zangief. Get all in, get sucked in. Is he gonna get grabbed? No.
Okay.
Good counter there. Zangief has been relying on a lot of footsie reads though, from what I've seen.
Yeah, so maybe that's why he switched to Gil, because even trying to play footsie, he has some range.
Yeah.
The range that Ryu wasn't giving him.
Ooh, is
He
it?
picked that? He picked it. That was an unexpected dashing
Look at
CA.
the damage, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you don't want to get up in Zangief's face. If he takes you up in the air, you bleed.
So at this point, you definitely need to put in the work. Get your combos in the moment you get an opportunity to do so. The original style of play where you get the little chop damage, 1-2 target combo, short 1-2 combos into grabs works when you have the life lead. But in instances like this, then you're under pressure. How much time is left for you to utilize that strategy? And one error puts you on the back foot to possibly losing that round.
Ooh, he hits the super.
Yeah,
Good reactions from Stretch.
but
Having the presence of mind to actually
he still
pop
has
it.
room to cover, and then that's all.
Gets sucked in,
So it's 4-4.
counters his fireball with a V-trigger suck. And that was all she wrote. 4-4.
SageFox loves to come from that.
You did say that could happen. You should have said that will happen. Because it was 4-0 when you said it.
I didn't want to be the octopus. Let him be the octopus himself, and well, I guess we've seen it on the board. Okay, now what he wasn't doing
Okay.
before now, he has started the SPD loops.
I was about to say what? Upload complete? Because we know download completed some time ago, but when you start doing the SPD loops, then you've uploaded into your character.
Yep.
Training, knowing how to train your opponents to do the things that you need them to do for your
Conditioning.
strategy to work is a beautiful strategy to master.
So he has conditioned the game in his favor.
Yeah.
He has a pattern, pretty much unpredictable for his opponent right now, and his opponent doesn't really appear to have a strategy. So Stretch is falling
The
behind
torrent
on
is
strategy.
still running. What does it do next? Oh, this time he goes for a delay wake up to stop the bullying. So I think that's the first time Stretch is actually using the delay wake up rather than getting up immediately, just to be able to stop the bullying. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, or rather fortunately for him, Stretch didn't notice this in time, or rather SageFox rather didn't notice it in time,
Yeah.
because he put himself in a meaty situation.
Situation.
He could have set him up real bad there if he had noticed it.
Yeah, I guess since it was the first time, SageFox have gotten used to enjoying the meaties. And then the
Another
Tequila
one.
comes in.
That's 3 for 3.
3 for 3, yeah. 3 for 3. Okay,
I got mine
blocked.
but oh, it wasn't punished.
Come on.
Oh, no. This will be so disheartening
Wow.
for SageFox if he loses, but he didn't. So
Well, it's a tall order. I didn't see him losing that round.
and
I'm not sure.
SageFox's Zangief
For the first
goes
time,
up
it's
by
up.
1 game,
It's 5-4.
5-4, coming from a 4-0 deficit, playing a highly technical game. He's been doing a lot of footsie traps, beautiful empty jumps, seems to have uploaded his Trojans into Stretch's gameplay because
into Stretch's pad.
right now Stretch is, he just seems to be playing into his hands, so it's pretty much like SageFox. Yes, we did see the download. We saw that he had read a lot of the things that Stretch was doing, and at the end of the day, it was paying dividends. But all of a sudden, they started bullying him like, now I know what you're going to press because I have trained you. You know, upload complete. I like the fact that Stretch went back to Ryu right now, because I do believe Ryu was doing a lot better for him. He just needed to be a little calmer, watch out for whenever he gets damage so he can get good damage out of his conversions, and also not be too predictable with his, what would I say, desperation to get away from Zangief.
Same thing I said. He should have stuck with his Ryu at least for a while. There's enough time. But now you put yourself in a little bit of deficit. Or maybe he just wanted to get the real game out of SageFox's head. Give him something else to
think about.
And then see how we can take it back from there.
I hope he's still very, very present in what he's doing. He just, footsie is still going on here. He goes for the damage instead of the, oh,
Picks him up.
You hate to see it. What? Oh, I think, was that a drop? Because he could have got
I think
that.
he woke up jab, so he was able to stop.
I thought he'd got in early enough, but
solar plexus was too far.
good
Too
stuff.
far
Good stuff.
and
So I do hope Stretch, he's still very, very, very confident in himself, because he does need to be able to stay calm, stay collected, to be able to be successful with his Ryu right now. I mean, nobody wants to be in a position where they were leading 4 games and then now they're down, one game, and they've still only won the 4 games that they won in the beginning. I mean,
and I think also at some point you need to bring out the DPs in here.
yeah.
It just tells
well,
your opponent, you know what, don't BS me.
I think he heard what you said.
No, that was not an anti-air. That was a wake-up DP.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
hey,
true.
That wasn't what we asked for, so it's not a commentator's curse. It was the player's action on his own.
It looks like now he's expecting him to do something. You saw immediately after the V trigger there, he tried to bait a counter. That's Zangief, by the way,
Yeah.
tried to bait the counter, but
And he should stop
Stretch
jumping in.
didn't fall for it at that point, but he still jumped in at a time when, I don't know, I think maybe he expected that SageFox was going to dash in, because he does like to dash in when it's close up like that. So he probably tried to go for a preemptive
The SageFox.
cross
You
up.
saw what he did there. Jumped
Just
out of the
jumped
cross
out
up.
of it.
Yeah.
Wow, I just feel
They're
that
two very aware players. It's just who can execute their strategy much better.
cross up
Who will
hit.
take it.
He goes for minimal damage again. I think if he's going for some good damage, because he has some meter to have been able to increase the damage it did there. You do need to chip away at that at Zangief, but you do need to take as much as possible whenever you can, because it's going to take those hits. Zangief is one of the guys with the highest health pool in the game, so he has health to burn until he's able to do this. And once this happens,
And the life health is almost at par.
we haven't seen Stretch go for the V-skill escape for quite a while, because SageFox has been punishing it because he was expecting it.
Yeah.
But this time it gets him out of jail. He pops his V-trigger. That improves his fireballs considerably, makes them come out really fast.
Oh, you
And he can also charge them for an
He's
unblockable.
losing a lot of health to jump in. He's losing a lot of health to jump in.
The jump-ins are rather raw.
Yeah,
And I
they're not
think-
safe. They're not safe jumping. Not from a knockdown. So all your opponent has to do is block at that instance. It's jumping in when SageFox has the presence of mind to anti-air him, and it's like
Exactly.
giving him a very good anti-air, knock damage, and still maintains the neutral after that. So 6-4.
I mean, what can I say? Are we going to get a 10 straight win streak?
At some point,
SageFox?
at some point, it's a long set. Stretch will possibly pull out the K.I.D, get a couple of more wins. But let's see. Consistency will definitely triumph here.
Let's see what happens. Stretch has already come out with Gil to try and save Ryu. He's had to come back to Ryu. Still unable to hold the win streak he started with.
So if he had DP there, that anti-air, he would have had the upper hand, possibly an okay situation for him.
Whoa.
And then he won't be in the situation he is in right now. So sometimes you use the right anti-air for the right moment.
Zangief is one of the characters you don't want to corner you.
At all. You need to get out of that situation.
And that round is over. Going on to the next one. Seems to be playing out pretty much the same. SageFox has his game plan working beautifully for him. He has 6 straight wins so far, being able to read, be patient, wait for the jump-ins, anti-air. Sometimes he has some footsie reads, pulls in the crouching medium kick with his V-trigger, does some good damage. Sometimes he has his empty jump, into the power driver. Sometimes
SPD
he
comes in.
His
And he
game
has-
plan has been working. So
he has the
right
health
now
advantage.
it's for Stretch to find his way to be able to change and adapt to what SageFox has switched to right now. The parry is still in play from Ryu. And the DP didn't come out, but the power driver did. SageFox Zangief
4
takes the match. 7 straight wins after coming from a 4-0 deficit, and now is 3 games up after a 7-win streak.
So do you think
7 games to
Stretch
3.
can do the same thing SageFox did and bring it up to 7-7?
You know, I would have said anything can happen in these games. I would have said he'll probably recoup, because now he's back in the character screen, and just like you predicted, he's looking at Kage. Maybe he's gonna pick him. However, I'm beginning to think the upload from SageFox's Zangief has some serious malware in him. And it's really messing up Stretch's thought line right now, because he's just not going for big damage. He's not optimizing his damage. He's not optimizing his positions anymore. He's focusing a lot on just getting away from Zangief. And because he's doing that so much, it's so easy for Zangief to get the read, bait. He wasn't even doing much baiting in the last match. He was just waiting.
So one of the things I do when I play against the GIF is, first of all, you need to make him, he has to get it. Make it difficult for him to get it. That's 1. 2. Then punish him big when he tries to get it. So what you're doing is, you want to eat the food, but you're scared of the food. Once you create that situation, then it's kind of like easy for you to control the game. But it's a difficult thing to do, but that's the way I play. And
that EXDP coming out and hitting as an anti-air finally.
Yeah.
I think now this is really needed in order to stop GIF from just jumping in at those ranges where, in fact, there is no empty jump play at those ranges.
Yeah,
he's gonna get hit.
One of the opportunities you will get, capture that bit of full combo.
And still waking up there. I still have that wake up DP, keeping him on notice. Oh, he goes for the party again. If that was a DP, that would have been the round.
Now, exactly.
And he still doesn't DP. He was at a good range to be able to do it. And he still leaves him once again and pays dearly for it.
The DP solves the problem.
He had 3 opportunities there to take that game, and he left it.
But it's all good. Different strategies.
Good. I noticed he likes to rely on the EX. Because at that range, he didn't really need to go for EX. I don't know why he burnt the super meter at that point. But if you notice what SageFox has been doing, sometimes he just stays just around the crouching medium kick range and forces him to burn his V-gauge meter by using V-shift.
Yeah.
So he doesn't even get to a position where he's able to convert with his V-trigger.
Like I said, the 1-2 hit into throws, but you could get more damage off that, and possibly an
He could have got a whole lot. This is K.I.D.
A throw puts you back in neutral, gives me the opportunity as the opponent to reset my game.
But honestly, with this play style, he might as well have just stayed with Ryu, because K.I.D. is a glass cannon. If he gets hit, he takes a lot of damage. So you do need to capitalize when you get in and convert for a lot of damage.
Wonderful DP, EXDP, his favorite though. His favorite.
But it does seem like he only anti-airs with DP when he has meter to burn. That might be something that SageFox is
They
going
both
to pick
didn't
up
punish
on.
their sweeps. A little too slow in reaction there. In games like this, where I will still consider the skill gap.
Zangief keeping the corner pressure. Stretch not having it.
That's a DP moment.
I think even SageFox thought he was going to get DP, because after that kick hit, he didn't press any buttons. I think he thought he was going to get DP. I think that's really what's missing here.
Yep, GIF is too confident to jump, and he's coming in confidently. Yes, that's how he has to deal the damage, but you need to make him work for it.
Yes.
He's not working for it. He's getting in free.
We need, well, not we. Stretch needs a whole lot more of these punishing his jump-ins. Ooh. Tap to grab. This is what you said. I was expecting that.
And if I'm the GIF player, I'm very comfortable with this because, hey, look, he's out of health.
Now he has to be super careful.
I can jump because I know, okay, I can't jump now because he has EXDP, so I'm just chill. And that EXDP will probably drain my health. But hey, at the moment when he tried the actual DP, then he traded it.
I don't know, was it that he wanted to EXDP and didn't?
Possibly.
He's
At that instance,
consistently
it was for the
punished
round.
with
I would
EXDP.
have taken an EXDP at that instance.
I mean, that was an EXDP situation right there.
Yeah, that's about 6
And that's the
hits.
time we didn't see it.
So decision making is also something that's very critical.
They went right into the next match. 8 wins up for SageFox on an 8-win streak.
So Abdulaziz says SageFox seems to have this in the bag, and Nuhu kind of like agrees with him.
Yeah.
But let's see. It's never over until it's over. It was once 4-0. It's 8-4, like 4-0. So hey, the comeback could happen and be 8-8.
Stubborn Child is right. This is the comeback. The man came back from a 4-loss streak, and now he's doubled it into a 8-win streak.
Yep.
I don't know. This is clear your doubt, right?
Yeah.
So is he trying to say, you know what? I'll give you 4.
Well, however it's going to be interpreted, the first to get to 10 has cleared the doubt. So regardless of how I choose to do it or how it eventually did happen for real, a doubt is definitely going to be cleared today.
So his download speed is pretty much 25% per round. So it took him 4 rounds to hit 100%. And
Gift is very confident. Walking in.
he caught that dash like he was expecting it. Like, you want to dash in? Let me suck you in as well.
The Gift is very
quicker.
confident walking in. He's not cautious. He's just
Gift actually walking himself back. What is
because he
trying
wants to,
to
not
set
because
up?
he's being made to.
Yeah, he just wants to, like, I'm a chill right here. A stretch, keeping him out of the air so he
So there are quite a
doesn't
number
get in
of
on
other
him.
tools that
Oh, he gets in with the jump in, doesn't convert. That would have been big damage.
So
because he had the
there
meter
are
to
other
burn.
tools that Kage has that could have been used as an anti-air if he doesn't want to DP. The air fireball. So you throw that in, Gift jumps into it. Quite a number of things you put
And that
out
would
there.
really change
The course of the game.
what Zangief has to do, because definitely SageFox can't continue walking in, jumping in the way he's been doing all along.
He's having a free. He's
360.
controlling the air and the ground freely.
I wonder, is SageFox deliberately not baiting that DP? Because
He doesn't need to.
it's come out every time, and he's taking it every time. Is that part of his upload?
Also getting him to fill up his trigger, which he has done, and then now the mix-up can start. Like you see.
Oh, it's going in. Oh,
So he needs the V. He uses the V trigger because Stretch falls for the V trigger every time. Stretch relies on a lot of fireballs. I'll take the DP.
Very
I'll take the damage,
interesting
fill up my V
V
trigger, and then I'll begin to bait or punish your moves. So, and Gift has some good health. So hey. So
we
nice.
certainly agree with you, Shina. This is very interesting play from Zangief under the control of Mr. SageFox.
Yeah.
On the 9-win streak, looking to clear this doubt with a 10 straight
First
win.
time we're seeing a stomp. You see, the tools are now coming out. Exactly. The tools are coming out. Put him under pressure, get him to make errors, and punish.
Oh, I thought that would be a back throw so he can take the corner pressure.
Lovely. Lovely.
Good, keep it going. No.
Exactly. Well, nice. That's what he
Oh,
has.
he's working.
The tools are coming out.
Next this
Wonderful.
round. Everybody is excited up here. The commentators are excited. The spectators go wild. I don't know if they're
Control the
rooting
air.
for Stretch or this is just the underdog
Well,
thing.
Stretch is a people's
Everybody
man.
roots for the
Everybody also
underdog.
wants him to at least get it 5. Hopefully.
Oh, give shenanigans.
That was a room for a lot more damage than that.
Now he has corner pressure. Woo. Oh my goodness, he's just gonna break in with an EX
No, he's blocking
360.
that. Oh, wonderful. He attempted to do something.
And he got hit. Zangief still in this. K.I.D trying to break this 10-win streak. Gift stopping it. Oh my goodness, that was so close. That was so close. Stretch almost broke.
So
the
this
10
is
streak.
set round for set points, and the half
Doubt
points.
doubt point.
And the half doubt point.
Ooh. If SageFox takes this, oh, what happened? He tried to interrupt.
So he was, I don't know, maybe he thought it was kind of like the Ryu, or he just got complacent there and wanted to quickly punish. There is some window in between the first and the second where you can.
Yeah, he must have thought it was Ryu because he probably forgot it was going to come out 2 times with the EXDP. Stretch, going for fundamentals, trying
So
to
with
close
Stubborn
this
Child,
out
I think
one way or
in
another.
the chat's talking about how he went for both players. I think he got the names mixed up, yes, but he got the conditions correct. Lovely. So it's 9-5 at this.
Wow. Would have been nice if the first game ended with a 10-win streak though. That would have been dope. That would have been real dope.
But everybody writes their history books. So Stretch says that is not how the story is going to be written. SageFox had the opportunity to write the story that way, but
The
reality
question now is though, are we gonna see a 6-win streak,
it's possible.
or is SageFox gonna take the
It's
final
possible.
game?
Now anti-airs are happening. The right anti-airs are happening for the moment. Keep Gift out of the air. That's not where he belongs. And then you will have your moment. But once you can't do that, you give him more than enough opportunities to do what you don't need him to do.
We're seeing a lot of confidence here. He's actually walking in on Gift and grabbing. He's done it successfully twice. Got teched once. Good cross up. Didn't convert. That's another thing I think he needs to improve on in this particular match. And I do think Stubborn Child is on to something there. It definitely must be nerves, because he just doesn't even the the target combo option he likes to use for his damage, he wasn't even going for that anymore. He just goes for a few pokes, gets some grabs in, walks away. He pushed the button. I thought he had that blocked. I was so sure he blocked that.
Stubborn Child say person no fit just chop 10 straight. I agree with you, man. I agree with you, man.
I mean, I was low-key hoping that would happen, though.
Yeah,
So lit.
that's nice for the tabloids, But hey, every player wants to write their story, man, and nobody wants to write their own story as the receiver of 10 straight.
SageFox would have popped off so bad, coming back from the
Who
4
won't pop up? I will pop up. I'll pop up. I'll be pop off. Nice. Lovely.
Stretch staying in the game with K.I.D. K.I.D seems to be working for him, even though he's playing him in kind of an unconventional.
So the losses he had with K.I.D, I don't think he had any business having those losses. If he had utilized the tools as he had done in the last 2 games, he definitely would have been something like a 9-7. You get 9-8 if it were to be so, or maybe an 8-7 right now. But a little too late, but never too late.
Okay. Is Geef making some adjustments?
Punish that. So if you're going to use the fireballs to bait a jump, then punish the jump.
That was a neutral jump. That would have been big damage for Stretch, but he did jump back, still got some damage. He had to burn his super meter. Decided to burn his trigger meter for that V shift as well for some reason. He not letting him go away, following the back dash.
Here soon.
SageFox pops his V trigger. Let's see what he does with this. Gets the hit, but knocks down.
Wonderful!
Game. Gets another hit.
Now the tools are coming out. Kage has the tools. Stretch has the mindset to apply the tools. He just needs the confidence to do that.
What is going on here? So we thought we were done. We thought we were done.
And you called it out, saying, "Are we going to see that come back?" It will be
Look at the concentration on the face of this man.
Say
Experience coming into
exactly.
play.
The DPs are coming out. The anti-air is coming out.
I guess now he's throwing out gray hair DPs.
So he's trying to bait the DP now. GIF is doing neutral jumps to bait the DPs.
Good stuff. Gates has corner control. Keeps up the pressure, walking him down.
Okay.
Gets grabbed.
Lovely. Take the
Beautiful.
damage as much as you can take. Lovely. Give him as much damage as you can. Oh.
There's so much fresh
Wonderful.
tension here. He takes the round. Oh my goodness. Like my stomach is turning upside down. I don't even know what's going to happen anymore. So what happened? Did his upload get corrupted? Did SageFox's
Yeah,
upload
antivirus
get
has been
corrupted?
installed,
Or did
so-
he get counter uploaded and downloaded? I don't even think it's a download. Right now, Stretch is just playing fundamentals.
Yep.
And he's trying to react as best he can to whatever Zangief is doing. He's not overextending himself. He's just taking his legs one hit at a time, taking damage whenever he can, backs off, goes back to neutral, finds his way back in,
lovely,
just like
lovely,
that, takes the
lovely.
damage.
Now that we haven't seen.
Oh,
Wonderful.
my
Now you
goodness.
can see GIF respecting the air.
Yeah, he's not jumping the way
As
he was
much,
jumping
he's not
before.
walking forward as he was initially. No, he got him there. He got him there.
Oh my goodness. He fell for it.
Really close.
Whoa.
Okay, what happened?
That was
What happened?
weird. After the super, Jeep just stayed. I thought it was going to keep up the pressure, but I guess he was expecting the EXDP maybe. Because Stretch did have meter.
Yep. Whoa! Unexpected! Look at the pop off, man!
Hail Mary!
Look at that pop off, man! Now he's thinking straight, just the same way Stubborn Child has put it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now 7-9. So
Okay.
we've gone from a 4-win streak on Stretch's side to a 9-win streak on SageFox's side. And now, I don't know if we're going for a 6-win streak on Stretch's side. Let's see what happens.
Nice. Lovely. So now you can see it has been contained. You just don't jump and walk at will. You have to work to get in.
So now it makes me ask the question.
Okay.
Was it actually Stretch offloading all along? Getting him comfortable with the jump-ins? Because he hasn't adjusted his gameplay to account for the fact that he can't be jumping in anyhow. Because he just did it again.
So what I also observed is lovely DP. What I also observed, it takes a while for both players to adjust. I will call it so much of a very risky option to upload corrupted data into your opponent, and then it is 9-4 before you now begin to correct that. So I think it's too much of a dangerous option.
Zangief with the EF 360. It eats the neutral jump, but Stretch does not convert.
Okay, now the DP blocked.
Wow.
Not much damage from that.
That was pretty much no damage.
Okay,
Lucky
so we
enough to
have
get that power driver.
set points once again.
Was that a backdash that he caught? Or was it
Not quite
jumping?
sure, but something definitely was done there.
Now he's going for the fireball play since it has full screen.
Lovely. The DP stopped the man from jumping. Don't get too comfortable with that. I control the airspace.
Zangief trying to get himself back into the play.
Yeah. A normal
Still
DP
can't
would have
find a way
worked.
in.
Save your EX, but hey, it works. Woo. Light SPD. Pick him up. Walk out of that. Okay, trade. It's okay. Still has the life lead. Oh.
He's backing up to the corner. Now they're back. Neutral feeling each other out. He gets the big jump in. Still cannot convert.
I think jumping into a DP will have even given more damage. Jumping into a DP will have given more damage than the jumping jab. So this is running down the clock. It will be very terrible
If Stretch gets hit once, he's going to lose this match. He's betting it on that. Loses it out. He doesn't have enough time.
Okay, so he
Stretch.
takes this one on time.
Jabs him out.
I guess that was just some desperation from SageFox to see if he could get something out of that with the CA. That would have definitely killed, but it's 8-9. Put some respect on Stretch's name. Says, I'm definitely not going down 10 straight.
I guess Stretch was just looking to stretch this out.
Lovely one. I like the way you put it. I like the way you put it. So Stretch also got a lot of supporters on the chat, and they're like happy that this has turned out to be more formidable than it was looking. Okay. So Stretch is playing a combination of his earlier play style and the new introduction.
Oh, this
Cut
evil
that.
Ryu is very present in the moment right now.
Oh, he is.
No randomness. He doesn't want to stand there. Didn't even bother. Get over here, but no.
Okay.
You get over there.
Okay, this is getting really more interesting. It would be lovely if he gets the 9-9 and then we see who clutches it out.
Wow.
And at this stage, maybe it's fatigue getting to SageFox. Ideas on what to do next. The air has been shut out.
I'm thinking there was a point where I missed Gandalf stand in front of Zangief and tell him, you
Lovely. That has not been introduced all game, all set.
First time.
Oh no.
That needs to stop happening though.
So it's set points again. Pretty interesting. How many set points have we had now? Like 3?
Ever since it was 6-4, I don't think we've seen another set point.
No, when it got to 9, 6-9.
Sorry, 9-6 is what I wanted to say.
Okay.
Stun, is this it?
Can he clutch it out?
Whoa, what? Oh, I don't know what happened there. I don't know, but it seems at least
It's a
He
good
did
one.
get the
It's a good
win
one.
he was
It's a good
looking
one.
for.
Really good one. What a fight! Like Stubborn Child has said. Ryu Apprentice also alluded to the fact that Stretch has downloaded. Both players have downloaded and uploaded enough data. 10-8 is what wraps it up.
Stretch.
And
That was a lovely match indeed.
10-8
Wow.
is what wraps it up. And this is really good. It was a really wonderful match. What do you have to say about?
Honestly, I just want to hear from the two of them. If someone can get those guys over here, let's hear from them real quick. See how things went in their heads. What was happening? What were they thinking? SageFox didn't mind that Stretch was able to come back almost to take the game, because as far as he's concerned, he won. But it'll be interesting to see what Stretch has to say.
So
This is
we have Stretch
downstairs.
here.
Remember, SageFox was the challenger, and Stretch is the one that was defending his title. We have with us here Mr. Sage. Oh no, it's
Stretch.
actually Stretch that we have here. So, Stretch, good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Oh no, it was that comeback. After his comeback, it had us all glued to the screen. Like our blood was boiling, tension was high, there was so much happening on the screen. Somehow, you found your way, you got your rhythm. I would really like to know what was going through your mind when you were taking all those losses with Ryu, switched to Gil. Gil didn't really work out how you wanted, went back to Ryu. It didn't deliver what you were looking for. You went to K.I.D, lost the first two games, and all of a sudden...
He went to Gil.
No, when he went after Gil,
Okay.
he went back to Ryu, then to K.I.D. And when you got to K.I.D, you did lose, I think, 1 or 2 games, and then all of a sudden you changed everything, flipped it all around, and almost took the entire match. You had a 4 streak when you started. SageFox came, went 6 streak win, and then you decided, let me change my character. But you still couldn't bring it back. You went all the way to 9, almost took it from you. By the time you switched to K.I.D, you almost took the game. Just tell us what was going through your